للرجال نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون وللنساء نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون مما قل منه أو كثر نصيبا مفروضا.
In this lesson, we will study the gender equality in the inheritance of Islam. The gender equality in the inheritance of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed verses in the Quran with regards to inheritance. And amongst them is Ayah 176 and Ayah number 11. Ayah number 11, Surah An-Nisa, the chapter number 4. And Ayah 176 in chapter 4 as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in these verses, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يوصيكم الله في أولادكم للذكر مثل حظ الأنثيين. Allah instructs you concerning your children, for the male what is equal to the share of two females. So verse number 11 is dealing with children. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, وَإِن كَانُوا إِخْوَةً رِجَالًا وَنِسَاءً فَلِلذَّكَرِ مِثْلُ حَظِّ الْأُنثَيَيْنِ. And he says in Ayah 176, and if there were both brothers and sisters, the male will have the share of two females. So here we have brothers and sisters. This verse is regarding the brothers and sisters, whether they are paternal brothers and also full siblings. So one of the things that you will notice in this verse or in these verses is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the ratio of inheritance. One boy will get the share of two females. One boy will get the share of two females. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ayah number 11, regarding children, the male will get the share of two females. And in ayah 176 he says, the male, the brother, will get the share of two females. So this makes the questions that many people ask, is this equal or is this fair? And so you have the headlines, current day headlines, which feminist movement are fighting against this, according to them, an equal paid of inheritance. Woman will inherit like a man. This is what they want. Woman will inherit like a man. So the question comes here as well. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the ratio one boy will get the share of two girls? Why? Why is that? Pre-Islamic era, women were not given any shares of it from the inheritance. So when Islam came, this obviously changed. This part has changed. What is more, women were inherited like a property when their husbands die. And this is well known. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also revealed in the Quran regarding that man cannot do this to women. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا يَحِلُّ لَكُمْ أَن تَرِثُوا النِّسَاءَ كَرْهًا. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the believers that they are not allowed to inherit women against their will. In order to change this, because the new change is coming now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed chapter number 4, which is titled The Women. So Islam has saved women and children from being deprived of inheritance. Because prior to Islam, women and children were not allowed to inherit. Women and children were not allowed to inherit. Only the strong people can inherit. So now, this is a new beginning for women. Women are inheriting. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear that women are going to inherit in this particular era, the era of Islam. So women are now going to inherit. They are going to inherit. Now we have to deal with the questions here. Equality or fairness versus equality. Having fairness does not mean having equally. Fairness does not mean equally. Fairness versus equality. Fairness means it is fair to give it to one particular person this amount and also give the other person maybe zero or little. This can be considered fair. But equality means that you always have to divide the wealth equally, half and half, quarter and quarter and quarter and quarter. So this means it's equally divided, regardless of your responsibility and your status in life. Equally means that you give everyone equal amount. Here a person leaves behind a son and a daughter. We either deal with them equally or we deal with them fairly. Fairness does not mean equally, and equally does not mean fairness. They both differ. So here we have, if we say fairness, woman or the daughter is expecting an increase of her wealth all the time. Let's say the person leaves behind 3,000 pounds. When the person leaves behind 3,000 pounds, equally means each person gets 1,500. That's what equally means. And also, it should mean each person will have equal responsibility in life. Equal responsibility in life. But Islamically, we have the financial responsibility upon the man and not the woman. Women do not bear any financial responsibility. The son, for example, the wedding expenses is upon him if he gets married. The mahar, the dowry, and all the necessary things that he has to do is upon him. Where the woman is expecting the mahar. She is getting mahar from her husband. The husband is supposed to pay the bills of the family. He is responsible of all financial payment. Where the woman, there's nothing. She is looked after by her brother. And also, the husband or the son is responsible of any blood money, the tribal gains. The tribe, what happens if your nephew or nieces, they kill someone by an accident? This money, the blood money, is taken from the family relative, paternal uncles and paternal brothers and all the people from your lineage. So the son's responsibility, meaning he will have a decrease, and the daughter means she will have an increase in her wealth. The 1,500 or the money that she got initially will always be growing up because she has no responsibility upon her, no financial responsibility upon her. The brother was supposed to look after the sister. So that means no. So this means it is fair to give him more because he has more responsibility. But if we say equality, that means she will get the same share as her brother, but she has also have to pay all the financial responsibility or contribute all the financial responsibility to the family. But Islam took that away from her, no financial responsibility. Therefore, she starts with less, but that less means it will increase. He starts with more, but this more will means he's gonna go and decrease. It's gonna go become less and less. And the ratio male and female only applies to 4 types. When you have a son and a daughter, or grandson and granddaughters, full sister and full brother, and a paternal brother and paternal sister. This is the only type when the ratio 2:1 applies. The rest, the girls might get more than a man, or they might get equal amount. The majority of the obligatory shares in the Quran: half, quarter, 1/8, 2/3, 1/3, and 1/6. These are inherited by females. So here we have 5 people inheriting half. 4 of these ones are women. Here, quarter is 2 people inheriting. 1 person is a female. 1/8, this is 1 female. 2/3 is 4 females. Here we have 1 female inheriting and also the maternal siblings. 2 people, but 1 is a female. Here we have 7 people inheriting, and out of the 7, 5 are females. So the majority of fixed shares are for females, whether it's half or a quarter or thuman. 2/3 only females. 1/3 is 1 female and the maternals. And also here we have 5 out of the 7 are female inheritors. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says at the end of the ayah, لا تدرون أيهم أقرب لكم نفعا. You know not who amongst your children and your parents are nearest to you in benefit. So this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us that you do not know who's more nearer to you in terms of benefit after you leave your earth behind. Your parents or your children, you do not know who's more benefit to you. And then he finished the ayah, فَرِيضَةً مِّنَ اللَّهِ. This is obligatory from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا تدرون أيهم أقرب لكم نفعا فريضة من الله إن الله كان عليما حكيما. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all knowing, all wise.